Hi there, my name is Victor Ogoyinka and you're welcome to Echoes on the Street. Yes, again we have to see what the street is saying about something very, very important. The streets. You know, with the street, everything comes up on and on. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have someone here with me. Joy, go for it. Why is smiling like that? I wish you can see how smiling you guys.
Should I rather cry?
So it's good to have you here. And yeah, Joy, we're talking about entitlement.
For entitlement.
Yeah, you know, everything about entitlement. First off, you really want to ask yourself, why should that word even exist in the first place? And why do people feel entitled about people's things? When entitlement is in place, it means that there's something that you think that you're supposed to be getting that is probably not coming to you. Is that correct?
Well, yeah.
What do you think entitlement is?
Something that you feel you should have, regardless, even if it is meant for you or not. You don't care how it comes to you. It should just be yours. Like, you don't care, regardless. I think that is what's entitled.
Apart from your salary or a wage of something you worked for.
Yeah,
are you supposed
of course you worked for that one, so you're entitled to that one. You get to question why it didn't come because you worked for it.
Okay, so let's first look at it from the things we should be entitled to, apart from your salary. And
No,
the things
of course,
you've worked
salary is what you. Okay, apart from salary, every other thing you've worked for, maybe business, you've done something for profit, you've worked for, like you're entitled in business, you're entitled to get profit. So if it doesn't come, you get to question. But of course, that is also when you put in the work to get profit. So, well, if you don't do all of those things and you expect profit and you start questioning, that is nothing.
How about friendship? How about relationship? I'm putting a lot of things into a relationship or friendship, so am I not supposed to expect things in return?
Yeah, you should expect things in return, but then not everything. Not everything. For instance, let me see. How do I put this instance? Okay, let me put emotional relationship for what kind of relationship anyways? Gifts. It is just right that you give someone gifts, but you're not entitled. You shouldn't be angry. You shouldn't be sad that in my birthday you didn't buy me a gift. Like that's some entitlement.
Okay, so if you're in a relationship with someone and it's your birthday, like you mentioned, is the person supposed to expect a gift?
Expect, yes.
When does it come?
It's me, my boyfriend or girlfriend or husband, whatever. I am expecting that, give me a gift. But if it doesn't come, hello, please, it's not by force. Okay? It's not by force. Now, there are a lot of things get into play with this. It's possible that this person does not have the resources to get you a gift.
And nobody wants to know. Nobody's asking.
Oh, that is the entitlement. Like, you don't care. I don't care whether you have, however you get it, or whatever length you go to get that. It doesn't concern you, just get me a gift. That's all me.
I'm going to put you on the spot. And this one is a simple question, no explanation. Oh, well, I know you probably want to
No, I usually don't like this yes or no question because I know that is where you're going to. You would say, just give me a yes or no answer. Now that you're already saying.
Okay, yeah. You may just want to expatiate if need be on this one.
Okay.
Is one gender more entitled than the other gender? I don't want to mention any gender. I don't want to mention it. But do you think one gender is more entitled than the other gender?
This is really putting me on this spot. Well, I'd like to think that yes. I'm also not going to say which gender is.
No, you really have to say. You said yes, yeah. So you probably should be telling us what gender
I
is.
think one gender is feels more entitled than the other. But yes. Okay, I think the female gender are more kind of entitled to feel entitled than the men and in England. And I don't know. But truly, let's look at it this way, right? This is not justifying the entitlement or whatsoever. But I believe that the hallmark of masculinity is provision.
Okay.
And coming to when you look at entitlement, a lot of people are mostly, I would say, feeling entitled to okay, not most times, yeah, material things. If you look at it, often you need to get right to them in my hair, like for the lady's birthday, take me out on it. But and it mostly comes from the ladies more. But of course, we also find men that are entitled. We feel that because I'm dating a girl that is financially stable, I expect that. So you give me money, and most times these kind of guys are leeches.
Wait, am I supposed to want to, apart from just being a cheerful giver, am I supposed to want to, by obligation, give you anything because we're in a relationship? Apart from being a cheerful giver, like apart from just knowing that, yeah, I would have been giving to someone else even if I'm not dating them, am I supposed to think that it's very important that I collected my peanuts at the end of the month and I'm trying to spend my money? And should I be thinking that I have to give my girlfriend this amount of money or something?
Okay, for me, right? I like to look at a relationship. For me to get into a relationship with you, I must see a future with you. Like there must be a future. I'm projecting myself. I'm projecting the relationship to end in marriage. That's like I look at you as someone I can spend the rest of my life with. So what I put into the relationship is pretty much what I would be doing when I eventually marry. So of course, when I marry you, you're meant to take care of me. But now this is where we talk about a relationship. Apart from you being a generous person, yes, if your resources are enough to look after this person, to give this person something, it's of course yes.
Without them asking, without them thinking that it's a must.
Yes, of course it is not a must, but I just feel that okay, at the end of the month, maybe of course women, you need to make your hair, you have your sanitary issues, of course we know that, so you just feel like okay, let me support this person. Babes, take this and take care of yourself. And you do your hair, do your nails, something, toiletries.
Yeah. So as humans, for both genders, when do we start feeling entitled? At what point? Well, because sometimes you really don't want to be, but
it is an interview or something.
Yeah, it really have to be because I want to because I have to really know what you think about it. I want to understand. I want to see entitlement from the rest of the world. So now I'm representing the 200 million unconfirmed Nigerians. Because we are waiting for our census soon. So I'm asking you now, why we sometimes when we do some of these things, we don't know that we have crossed the line, and we don't know that we are doing things that we've complained about other people. So yeah, when does it get to that point? When does it get to that point? Sometimes this thing is as bad as you go to your WhatsApp group and your WhatsApp status. You just post something like this on your WhatsApp status. People that have not sent jack to you in 4 months will just come and start asking you for something. Does it feel that way with you? Do you think that is just one of those things that make people feel like they really can just bump into you?
People don't just get entitled to random people. Someone on the street will not just walk up to you and say, okay, but yes, there are people that feel entitled to.
Yes, I was waiting for you.
When I just said it just ran through my head. There are people that will just walk up to you on the street and they feel entitled that you need to give them something because they are begging you or something. But that's by the way. I think that when it comes to people that are close to you or have a relation, friends, your circle, there's a level that you get with someone that you get to feel entitled to whatever it is you're asking for, whatever. Let's assume for siblings, you have close friends. But then, I kind of think that you have to be comfortable. There's some sort of comfort that you get to, comfort level that you get to before you start feeling that. Now it depends. It can come in any level. It can come in any level. But there are people that I think their upbringing makes them feel entitled.
Explain that part. Yeah.
Some sort. I'm trying to get an instance to play a scenario in my head. Let's assume for children that come from wealthy families that they grew up, their parents cater for them, or they have one older sibling that is doing very well, and when they just cough, they get to feel like this person owes me something. So they kind of project it on other people. I guess this is just me saying. And then there are also people that, for instance, let's assume I grew up seeing my uncle. Yeah, my uncle grew up in our house. My father took care of him, saw him through school, and this uncle is now doing very well. You get to feel entitled. Some people get to feel entitled. My father raised you, my father got you to where you are, my father did everything for you. So yeah, you owe me something. Like, I should be able to call you at any day and you answer them because my father got you to where you are today. So I think that brings in sort of entitlement in people. But of course,
Joy, sometimes when we look at this entitlement matter, it looks like there's no end to how much we want to talk about it. I ran into something yesterday morning. I think it was on someone's status, and it said that if you borrowed 50,000 and you don't have 3%, you can call on your contact list to help you raise that money, and that means that you don't have people, something like that. And someone responded and said that if it is 50,000 naira that you'll be borrowing that you cannot pay back, that means you yourself, you don't even deserve the kind of friends you think you should get. Because you start wondering, why should you have a debt on your neck and you're expecting that somebody should be paying it for you? Why?
Well, I think that's a different conversation entirely. Entirely. Like, when it comes to that time, different.
We've established that there are so many dimensions to being entitled to things, to people, and all of those things. That entitlement that any person break inside person house, all carry to you don't work for.
Now, right?
Yeah.
I think that in that context, the status you just mentioned, there's a different angle that I'd like to look at this. Now, it is the wealth of your circle. Now, I don't necessarily need to borrow money that you're paying back. This is when you have an emergency right now of 50,000, and like all of us, everybody gets to run into an emergency.
Yeah.
That's you. It's an emergency for what it is.
Yeah.
So you, of course, you need someone to step in for you.
Yeah.
And then in the whole of your circle, and when I say circle, I don't mean just friends, family, and maybe colleagues as well. You don't have someone that you can call to say, please, I need help. Even if not from one person, at least you should be able to call 1 to 3 people to raise that kind of money. And if you're not able to do that, it says 1, it was about your circle, and 2, about your person as well. It's possible that why you're not able to come, people are not able to come through for in that emergency situation is because of your character. When let's put finances in check. Right now, maybe those 1, 2, 3 people you have in character of collecting money and don't reform. So of course you come to me, emergency or no emergency, it's money, I work for it, I can't give you my body. I look tie it somewhere and I get to beg you to get my body. So it says so much about you. Your circle, let's blow into your circle, is, I don't know, I don't think that someone can be poor to your circle that when you're in need of an emergency, no one can come through for it, even with family.
But the thing is, the moment you start thinking about it, yes, you might want to understand, and everybody says that invest more in having quality people around you. You yourself, are you that quality that people want around?
That is the point.
Because we continue to think that it is all about everybody else. See, the moment you leave yourself out of the kind of picture you want to create about people, the moment you remove yourself from that equation, you are the one that something is wrong with. That's how I like to think about these things. Okay, so before we continue, yes, if you're just joining us, this is Echoes on the Streets, and I have with me Joy Gofwen. We are talking about entitlement. Have you been an entitled person? Do you think that you should be getting things more than you are presently getting? Yes, sir. And if you're also just joining us, you may want to catch up for all of the news on our website and then on our social media platform on the Nigerian Tribune. Yes, you can catch up with all of our previous podcasts also from the same channel. Joy, let me ask you something. I know we established the other time that it is more of a human nature to be entitled in some cases, but this country, this Nigeria, will be so. Some group of people are more entitled than some other ones. Do you know entitlement is one of the reasons this country is not moving forward? So people think that they should be getting some things more than the rest.
I don't know.
Don't run. Unless you want to release our conversation before we go studio. So if we release our yes daddy conversation.
So are you trying to say, oh, I should monitor what I say around you? So that it means that you recorded that conversation. No. So going forward, I should monitor what I say around you.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, yeah.
Problem.
Yeah, but seriously.
No, but if you look at it, right? I'm playing into your head right now. You said one section of the country feel that they should be getting something more than the other section.
I'm asking you. I did not say so.
You said so. You said so. You said some people, some section of the country feel that. So I'm using your words, and I want to assume. I know this is clearly an assumption. I'm not saying it is it, but then this section of the country that you're talking about, if you look at what is going on with them, let's see what is going on with them. Like these people, they basically, most of them, they are fishermen, and they can no longer go to fish because something has put. I'm not playing.
Okay, no. Or the most okay. Now I like where you are taking it to, and I think at this point, Joy, you have to chest it out. You are talking about the South people. So if you're talking about the South people, just say. And I really want to make a case for them, because entitlement may not just be a very, very, very bad thing after all.
No, of course, we've said it. It's not entirely a bad thing, because of course you should be entitled to some things from people when you're entitled to good governance from the government.
Yes.
We should ask, we're entitled to have light, we're entitled to have overall.
Yeah.
So entitled.
But those are laws right now.
Good.
And if you really want something like that, I don't know. Don't let us go into governance and
let's not touch that. That's entirely a different thing.
Yes.
But we need to establish that entitlement is not bad in itself.
Yeah.
It's just how the extent for which you feel entitled that I think it's bad. And then we're talking about South. We're talking about South. If you look at, I think that if the government of course we have to touch on the government a bit on this.
Okay.
If the government is responsible enough to handle their responsibility, I don't think the South people won't be demanding for what they are demanding. If the governments are, now look at the oil spill guys, we cannot farm, we cannot fish, then we cannot do anything. If I don't have a white collar job, I should be doing business or being a farmer. For their side, of course, there's so many up water and they may be fishing and other things. And then I cannot do these things. Of course, I would want to demand the government to give me more from what, and then what is our economy is solely dependent right now on oil. And then the people that are giving it, where you get the oil from, are not enjoying. They get to suffer more for what the country, of course, their entitlement, I feel, when it comes to this regard, is totally justified.
Okay, so when you are trying to make an agitation or you're trying to make a case for being entitled or for getting what you think should be yours, how do you handle that? How do you put it on that check? How can you be diplomatic?
I think there's several ways of going about things. There's several ways about ways of about. But it looks like then the meant to reduce my voice. Looks in this country was not like civil. What was to come out any way or form? So because you did the civil way, and they're not share you. And then you have after going on strike several times.
Yeah.
Just because you want simple things that you're entitled for. So, but of course, there are simple ways to go about this. Of course, dialogue. But when you keep having this dialogue with those people, keep saying the same thing over and over again, and nobody gets to do anything about it, of course, you'd want to look for another means to drive down your points. So I think, there are several ways. There's always a round table. I believe that there's nothing, absolutely nothing, that negotiation comes with. There is nothing that when we come to, okay, let's negotiate. Let's shift our tables and bits. Let's shift bits. And we'll come to a conclusion. We'll come to a reasonable conclusion through negotiation. But when we keep doing that, we come and we discuss today. You don't want to shift your grounds, or I come, you promise you'll do it tomorrow, which is what I think the government is doing. You don't do it, or some section of people what is doing there as well. Some section of people get to enjoy what the government is bringing and giving a larger population out of it. Of course, those larger population will one day want to rise up against the government and those who are taking a big below thing or something.
Enjoy. Oh, for why is the female?
I'm not supposed to be on the hot seat.
Why is the female?
I was not supposed to be on the hot seat.
Okay, last question.
You were also supposed to say your point because as
okay.
it is right now, you've just been asking me questions.
No, really, because
I know your stance about
see, if I go all out for entitlement right now with the way this thing is in my head, I might really be entitled to my own opinion. And my opinions are really strong.
No, but we'd like to hear your own opinions. We'd like to know what you think about this topic as well.
Okay, so for me, it's just the way people go about trying to get what they think they should get that is really annoying. I'm going to ask you that why are females so entitled, And I thank God that it came from you directly, but we can both agree on that one, that your gender is more entitled, or they like to lay more claims to entitlements than other things. You see, the whole
and
point.
I'm glad that I'll come to the teacher here. I'm glad that I established earlier that the hallmark of masculinity is provision.
What do you mean hallmark? And you said that the other time. I acted as if I did not hear.
The hallmark of masculinity.
Okay,
Let's
so
go back to.
Okay, wait, no, let's understand this thing. No, we're not. No, you said you want to hear my opinion. Now we are there. Now you don't drag me come outside. So the hallmark of masculinity is what? Provision. Mm-hmm. Now you know that naturally I have an advantage or I have an edge to want to provide more. Now I'm saying I want equality. Now I'm saying I want equality. Now you're telling me now that the hallmark of masculinity is provision. In that provision, you don't know that anybody that you provide for, you naturally have a psychological edge over that person to want to manipulate that person, control that person, lord over that person, and every other thing.
You know, right? Okay, let's establish I'm Christian. So some of the things I'll be talking about, of course, I'll have to draw my base from my
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
So originally, it is from the Bible, the man is the head. The man is the head established.
Okay.
Now when we talk about equality, I don't know, everybody wants to. I don't know if everyone has his has a way to define equality and all of that, which are equality. But the way I see equality is we're in the workspace. I have gone to school, I have put in the work and all of that I need to do to get a position.
Okay.
And when I get to that point, I shouldn't be denied because I am a woman.
Okay.
That is how I see equity and equality. That I have put in the work, I deserve it, and then I get to that point, and then they want to do some shitty things because she's a woman and she can't be in that position.
No, now, George, see, that's why I said that this is one of those topics that is almost inexhaustible. See, you see that thing in our head that is making us say that they are giving a preferential treatment to some people for a particular position or not is as a result of the requirement of the company. This is an organization. We cannot force what they say they want or they don't want. Did you know that in some cases also, they also want to give preference to women in some particular places, so that some men are also qualified
So
for?
that is where the gender equality comes to play. Why do you have to give these people preference when I am in fact qualified?
Okay, wait.
As much as qualified as the
It boils down to
my
choice.
male contemporary.
It boils down to choice. See, what I'm thinking in my head. You're as qualified, like you said, as the male contemporary. So I have to choose one of both. Both of them are qualified. I have to choose one. Anyone. So if I decide to choose the man, would you understand that I didn't favor him over you?
You have to choose anyone, and I would say then that is why we are fighting, because most times when you see when you see how it is the choosing is, there's some sort of discrimination.
Don't you think that is entitlement playing up in your head?
No, that is not entitled.
Okay,
Remember,
so
I said that is not entitlement. Now when we have 10 of this case,
Okay.
the same case in company A, company B, company C, company D, 10 of them, and then those 10 companies, we have 10 super qualified women as well as a man. And then all of the companies, all of them prefer a man. And you want us to just keep quiet and say, oh yeah, they prefer the man. No, go on. They prefer the man.
Okay, so wait. So for every 10 companies that you've mentioned, I know some other 10 somewhere too in another industry that have preferred the woman.
No, Victor,
And nobody's complaining.
Victor, you know exactly what I am talking about. You know so exactly what I am talking about.
Okay, so wait, for me, I think that sometimes I'll just always like people to see things more objectively or more open-mindedly. Sometimes there are demands, there are needs, there are reasons why people end up with a particular gender for a particular position than others. It is not always because they think that this person can do it more than this person. Sometimes there are mental toughness, sometimes there are needs. See, in a workplace now, you need a particular position.
Remember, this person has put in the work to get to that place that he or she is.
I know.
So if you're talking about the mental capacity or whatsoever, let me use what instance did I do? A prof, for instance,
Yeah.
professor, a male professor and a female professor. I don't know. It is the same number of what do they call them? Write-ups, whatsoever that you do.
Presentation,
Paper
seminars, everything.
Good.
Yes,
Nah,
that they did.
writing
Maybe the
science.
woman even did more.
Good. That you do enough to get you to be a professor. So what are you talking about mental? What mental? She went through the same mental process to get to that stage.
See, let me
He
tell you.
also went that mental preparation to get to that stage. So what makes you think that there is something in that place that is more mental that the woman cannot handle?
I did not. Please, oh, no. Don't let people start looking for my handle and start arguing me. Please, I have not said. I'm clearing myself now. I never said. I am not saying that there are some mental toughness that a woman cannot handle, even if it is mechanic work, even if it is organized, even if it is, I'm not saying so, yeah, but what I'm saying is that there are some fits for some particular things that you consider. If you look at this industry, let us talk about this industry.
Wait. Mention 3 feats that you think that they are mental feats that a second gender cannot mention. Okay.
Not today. Not today. I wouldn't do it. I won't do it. No. You want to box me. That's what you want. You want to box me.
No,
so
you just mentioned. I'm not boxing you.
So wait.
I'm not boxing, but I just want you to mention.
Okay, do you know what you do for me?
No,
give me the industry.
No,
you give me the industry, and I'm going to tell you who I think is better fit for this job.
Any industry, I am not giving.
Okay, in the tech world, we have more guys than girls.
Okay.
You know, we're running in the tech world. Okay, so more recently we started having women coming up to show interest in this one. As a matter of fact, it was a question sometimes on social media where we say we have tech bro, and like, what do you call the ladies? Are they all tech bro? Somebody said tech sis. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm not even going to argue tech sis. If that's what you want. So when you have that kind of organization, for example, it may not be too much ask to say that if you want a man to head that place, there's no obvious reason. There are more people on ground that probably be in the industry that are coming up. In journalism, I don't want to talk about journalism.
No,
I'm not. I don't want to.
Why? Talk about it.
You say in journalism, there are some women naturally. Women try to take all the flights as much as they can. When they get to a particular point, maybe in Nigeria, I don't know. Because I've had an interview before with someone that was doing something on International Women's Day that came up last, and this person worked for this story for last 6 months. I was asking about the chances of women in the industry. The truth is, it looks like there are equal opportunities for women. We have women editors. We have women editors in chief. We have women line editors. We have women everything, you know. But it gets to, journalism is one of the most interesting jobs. The older you become, the more relevant you are, even in the industry. We know they do tech bro. Now, but when it gets to a particular age, people start slowing down more than the others. You know, they start slowing down, they start showing more, lesser interest. Journalists of 70 years are still operating. Men, actually, that I've seen. I'm not sure I've seen a woman in journalism for 70 years. I've still been in the newsroom.
That's it. I think it's a choice.
So when it now comes to choosing those that will go all the way, you put that choice into play. You put it into consideration.
So, excuse you, is that 70-year-old man?
That's what the other one.
Is he going to be in the newsroom? Excuse you. Is he going to be in the newsroom for the time that woman is going to? Because I like to be, of course, there's retirement age.
Yes, you are.
Wait, there's retirement age.
Not necessarily for the profession.
Wait, after 70, trust me, you're a veteran journalist. We know these things, and then you are not actively. When I say actively, I mean probably you're an editor-in-chief at 70. I've not seen that.
No, I've not.
Good. So that brings me to the point where I think it's the choice. Yeah, you're still in the industry. You get to still write. You get to still show, maybe appear on TV or radio still, but you are not actively in positions of leadership. And that is where I am coming from. Being in the industry for that long, it is a choice. Like when I retire, I like to go home and have peace. I like to go home and have my peace. And after this year, I do not want to practice. I think it is a choice that everyone is entitled to have. Because of course, they are also. Wait, don't make it feel as if they want to pick too much. Then we not.
We are entitled to talk too much. But
okay, I mean,
talk too much. Listen, an average woman talks 7,000 words a day, and the guy speaks maybe 4,000. Okay, but yeah, you see, these choices we are talking about, they are also factored into a lot of things in decision making. Don't think, yeah, really. I'm not now. To due respect to the female gender, I am not. So some of this conversation we're having it for the sake of balanced
Like we are
discussion.
debated from this stand, we are now.
No, because it is all big in itself, like we said. When you can pick it from all, and we can pick it from career, you can pick entitlement from relationship, you can pick it from every part of the conversation. But right now, women are as good as they can be everywhere. So people prefer to have a woman boss, a female boss, than than the other gender and all of those things. Sometimes it does not. I just don't like to think that people deliberately say they don't want this kind of person.
Stepping.
I don't like to believe that. I don't. If they put everything into play, into consideration, what are they asking for? Those making a decision, is it a one-man decision? If it's a board and they have a board of both male and female, why did they end up with the guy? Is it because they don't have enough representative of male and female in the board also? So it comes a long way for us to make some of the decisions. That's why I don't like to think too much on it. But you see that relationship part, that relationship one, women deliberately want to think that they deserve to be. They go into relationship as if they are going to a 30-day job and they have to be paid for staying in that relationship.
I feel attacked because
And
I
we have
don't
to-
like that. And then I don't like it when people generalize.
Yeah,
Please
sorry,
say
some-
some women.
Some women,
Good. Say some women.
most women,
Good. Simple.
yeah,
At least I don't
very
believe that.
many of them. They get to that point where they feel that this is a doing. Somebody has asked before and they're like, so how much are you going to be giving me monthly? Why? What am I going into? They make you ask
Is it
me,
a job?
hey, is it a job?
Like, are you serious?
So I should start
I just
negotiating.
making this up or what?
I'm actually serious. I've seen things in this life when it comes to weird things. Yes, I'm telling you. So they don't come and say this thing. Somebody just sent me something now on my status. You know what the person is?
Some people are also entitled. I think based on my experience, there are also ladies that feel that okay, we had established earlier that when you asked, apart from being generous, can you give someone? Yes, you can. Now there are people that after being generous, I want to look out for this person, and with this person you take this and do this for yourself, take this and do this for person, and then they now feel entitled to this person. More like I own you kind of. When I call you, you should be at my beck and call. When I call you, you should jump, and if I say jump, I should ask you how high.
Yeah.
So some people come from that kind of relationship with that experience, and then the next one, in fact, if I'm going to go into a relationship with you, that one did not when just did me small thing and was asking for my life in return. So please, what are you giving me to take my life next?
So the question is, why do you always go to places where they have to come after your life? That's the next thing I'm going to ask. So why are you always going to places where your life is the price?
I'm just asking. I'm just playing. Of course, some people's experience. You see, some men would say that I provide everything for her. I give her everything. So why can't she? She should give me her life. She should have the second one the cross like Jesus Christ. Do you understand? So sometimes I think experiences as well play a part in why people turn out to be entitled. Just like I said, family background. Oh, let's assume a very wealthy girl coming from a wealthy family that her father did everything for her when she was growing up, and in fact she still had her allowances before she married, and maybe even when in your house she was still getting allowance from her father. So of course that kind of person has the tendency of being entitled.
Transitioning. That's what they call it. Transitioning.
It's not everybody that has the ability to.
I am not even your age of your father. Maybe you should go and look for a sugar daddy.
And then you see, from when these things, you were dating this person, and then of course you saw it in their tendencies.
Some of those things don't show from beginning. Some of those things don't show from the beginning.
They show.
They don't.
There's no way you say that you did not see traces. You did not see. If you go back and you want to look at it well, you will see that. But you just did not. There was always an indication that this person.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that these are some experiences that come up and they end up being an entitled person, because of course my father was taking care of me, my father did everything for me, my family, and then come and expect that this man will do everything for you.
Wait, no, Joy, let us, I'm sorry to cut you, but let us always have a little bit of balance, because we're rounding up, let us always have a little bit of balance to everything. Your father does this for you, your brother does that for you, your brother, Abi, PVL, dude, no problem. So now you want to put me in the position of your father as your husband, no problem too. I'm also going to try, but next time I call you, you must be ready to say sir. Because now you start to put me for a position of your papa.
No, but that is the entitlement.
No. The entitlement begat another entitlement.
No, but that is the entitlement we are talking about.
Because she first started the entitlement. That's why I say that, nobody has monopoly of madness when it comes to things like this. You came and said that you start comparing me to your father that already had 4 children or 5 and everything. You want to give me that position, no problem. I'm also happy to take it, but just know that the only thing your daddy was providing for you was not just everything you need. You were some things you were giving to. You probably wanted to give your dad and you go on your 2 knees. Now una not even feel great, una not even feel great to our boyfriend. Now then it's going to become a subject of conversation, and just want to give you everything.
Now let me go back. Let me play another entitlement from another gender.
Okay.
From the other gender, men. Now you see this man saying that my mother did this for my father, my mother did this, my mother did that, my mother did that, and then you want this woman to marry to do the same thing your mother did. Let me give you a perfect example. In fact, just recently, this is clearly and
talk. Which one is clearly?
This guy that went to lynch his wife.
Okay.
Because she was washing his clothes instead of cooking for him. So now you come with, my mother washed my father's clothes, she cooked for him, she did everything for him, she served, she was doing sweeping the house, whatever. So you should do that. That is some entitlement as well from there. And then let's go back to this man. Like it is gross entitlement.
So somebody actually killed someone because of this thing.
It was in the news just a few days ago that she was washing he told her to cook for him, and she was washing his clothes.
Joy, more they go.
She was washing his clothes.
Joy, more they go.
and he came to
don't talk it.
pour petrol on her, set her ablaze. So you see, entitlement is both ways. Everybody, I'm just trying to say that. My point is, if you if you ask, I'll not just want to go into his head for a bit. I want to think what he is thinking.
Nothing.
He might say that his mother was able to cover up those things for
at the same time,
but he does not care.
That is not alright.
No, that is the point that you people don't go.
It's not alright.
That is the entitlement we are talking about. It doesn't allow you to reason well. It does not allow you reason well because your mother did that. You don't care how she did it. And then you, because your father did that for you, she paid your bills, he did that. You don't care how your husband did. So entitlement clouds your judgment.
It does. I agree. Absolutely.
Reasoning.
It does. So, as a matter of fact, that's what it takes away from you. It takes away logic.
Good. So it just makes you stupid.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense is your opinion.
Good. You don't care right now. However, you do it. My business, just get this thing for me, or now we have my way.
I agree.
So I think that is that.
Yeah, interesting. We really can go on and on talking about this and giving a lot of instances, but time is knocking and we have to call it a day here. Thank you very much, Joy, for being with me. We're going to do this again together next week. Actually, we have something we have to talk about also on testimonies. You know, when you say testimony, I don't want you to think religion. Don't worry, next week we are going to really talk about it, because what testimony is now these days is becoming very relative. Some people consider some things as testimonies, while others think, why is that a testimony? This is my everyday thing, you know. So on that one, we're going to leave it hanging until we come back to it. But don't forget to catch up with all the exciting news, latest breaking, politics, health, sports, everything on the Nigerian Tribune's website for excellent reportage. Of course, we are not the oldest for nothing, and that is not entitlement, okay? That is actually entitlement. Bye bye.
It's not entitlement.